San Diego's latest attempt to deal with the homeless crisis in our area will formally begin Monday. That's when the city says it plans to start enforcing the Unsafe Camping Ordinance. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Wale Aliyu. The City Council narrowly passed Mayor Gloria's homeless plan last month. The controversial measure bans tents in many sensitive areas and bans tents in all areas if there is enough shelter capacity. My co-anchor Kimberly Hunt is live with the latest details. Hi, Kim.
Thank you, Wale. I am here in Golden Hill, where the first safe camping site is located. It's been open since late June. It can fit 136 tents. As you mentioned, the Unsafe Camping Ordinance is not something that's fully supported, even by our own city council. Some fear that we don't have enough shelter capacity to implement it, while others say it's criminalizing the unsheltered population. But the city says there will be a coordinated approach to ensure that homeless individuals have a chance to get the help they need. And San Diego police are using what the city calls a progressive enforcement model. The first contact with someone violating the ordinance will be education about the law. The second contact will be a misdemeanor citation. The third interaction will result in a potential arrest. The city says officers have been trained to offer shelter to individuals prior to any of these enforcement actions. And one group that's been opposed to the ordinance is Alliance San Diego. They believe that this measure criminalizes the unsheltered population. We spoke to the group's policy director, who says they've already seen sweeps in parts of the city.
What this means, I mean, what we're seeing happening is just displacement, right? We're seeing folks have to pick up and move further away from where the shelters actually are. In the cases of families that might be living near schools, we're seeing them have to move away from places that they've seen as safe. It's driving people away from the resources that they need to get into housing.
We reached out to the mayor's office and the city several times to try to speak to these claims. No one was available to talk to us today from the city. And earlier, anchor Lindsay Pena spoke to a homeless advocate, Michael McConnell, and he talked about the implemented changes and what he's hearing on the streets of San Diego.
Well, I think everybody's asking the same question: is how is this going to be enforced? How is it going to be? Where's the signs that they're supposed to put up? Where's the police training bulletin? There seems to be none of that. There seems to be no preparation so that we actually know what's going to happen and we can actually help and inform people. I've seen no outreach to the unsheltered population to let them know what's going on. And people out on the street are asking me questions all day long about what's going on, where should we go? And I don't have an answer for them. The city doesn't have an answer for them. The best the city can do is to offer 100 or so spots for 4,000 people, 100 spots at this safe sleeping site. But there's about 4,000 folks out here on the streets. How does that add up?
What is your main concern as this ordinance goes into effect?
The same as it has been with the enforcement of the existing laws that they currently use. All we're doing is pushing people from one sidewalk to another. Nothing that they are doing with this new encampment ban is going to change that. What's going to happen is there's going to be some areas where people are moved from. The housed people are going to be happy because there's not as much clutter on the sidewalks. People in housing where those folks are going to be pushed to, they're going to be unhappy because all of a sudden there's going to be an influx of people on the street in their neighborhood or their area. I don't see how that solves anything.
Well, the community of Emerald Hills is divided tonight about a proposal to turn their local library's parking lot into an overnight spot for the homeless. Joining us live to explain this plan is ABC 10 News reporter Austin Grabish. Hi, Austin.
Good evening, Kimberly. This plan is generating a lot of controversy. We have heard from people who support it and say there's nothing wrong with putting the homeless here, at least to try out as a potential temporary solution right here on this parking lot. And then others in the community here today have told us they have grave concerns to this plan and do not want it to move forward. Now, essentially what would happen is at nighttime, once the library behind me closes, homeless people who have cars would be able to come here on this parking lot and park their vehicles and sleep here overnight. The city says it would be putting in restrooms and portable hand washing stations, and other than that, it would just be a parking lot with security, and it would be available every night of the week for the unsheltered to come. Now, one person we spoke to who is raising concerns about this is Deacon Perry Owens Sr., and he is a resident here of this neighborhood and actually volunteers with the homeless quite regularly with his church, and that's an important detail he wanted us to include. And he tells me that this neighborhood already has challenges, Kimberly, and he's concerned that having this parking lot next to a school and the library, which is frequented by seniors and children, could be a problem going forward.
We have the drug problem. We have the homeless problem. We have people shooting. So this is not a safe narrative for the homeless to begin with. And then to stack more on top of more, then you have the canyons, you have homes at the top. So it could be dangerous.
And a city spokesperson told me that this plan is not yet a done deal. In fact, this parking lot is just one of several sites throughout San Diego that the city is looking at turning into temporary spaces for the homeless. But if this plan does go ahead, it will come with a hefty price tag. In fact, the cost to just turn this parking lot into that overnight site for the homeless is estimated at being as high as $900,000. Reporting live in Emerald Hills, Austin Grabish, ABC 10 News.
Yeah, a lot of emotion on this issue. Thank you, Austin, for that. And as we know, a lack of affordable housing and high rents are a couple of the reasons why some people become homeless. And now there is a push to repeal a decades-old law governing rent control in California. A petition to give cities and counties much more control over the cost of rent has qualified for next November's ballot. At issue is a 1995 law that prevents cities and counties from limiting initial rental rates, and it prevents the limiting of rent increases for existing tenants in residential properties first occupied after 1995. While supporters say it's needed, some landlords say it's a terrible idea.
We need to be able to let people age in place, to let people raise their kids in the cities and towns that they come from. And I'm very excited to campaign and vote and get my friends to understand why this measure is so important at the statewide level.
Because it's not creating more housing, it actually creates a shortage. And so the less of something you have, the more expensive it becomes. And so it's not helping them in any way.
The ballot measure may face an uphill battle. Voters overwhelmingly rejected similar measures as this one back in 2018 and 2020. We will continue to follow developments when enforcement of the Unsafe Camping Ordinance begins on Monday. But for now, we're going to send it back up to you, Wale.
Just a couple days away. All right, Kimberly, thank you so much.